We are Access Rock, and today we are talking to Jamey Jasta from Hatebreed. Or should I scream Hatebreed?
No,
actually,
no,
should
no.
I? Hatebreed. No.
I would, but my voice is totally gone. I did 25 interviews yesterday.
25?
Yeah, and today I've done probably 10.
Oh, God.
So if I sound like there's a frog in there.
Which is worse, doing interviews or screaming a concert?
Talking, I think, is worse. But it's good. I'm happy because Nuclear Blast is doing such a great job with this record, and we're getting all these cool opportunities. I get to talk to you guys, so
you
it's
get
cool.
flown into Sweden into a blizzard.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
it was very
snow
rocky
rainy.
when we landed. It was very bumpy. The lady next to me was like freaking out. And I was like, okay. But we made it. I made it.
Yeah, you just
6 o'clock in the morning I got it.
6 o'clock in the morning?
Actually, I left at 6 in the morning. I was in the lobby of the hotel at 5 in the morning. I got about 2 hours of sleep last night, and then got to Berlin, barely, ran over, had to take a bus, go over to the other terminal, got on the flight, and made it. So it was good.
Oh, we're so sorry.
No, it's good, though. It's good. We're here, and, Nuclear Blast goes through Warner here, and we're here at Warner at their office, and it's great. Everything's been great.
You recently got signed with Nuclear Blast.
Yeah.
What happened? How do you go about getting? Do they call you up like, come here?
People knew that I think we were going to be out of our deal just because with everything that happened with Roadrunner, and it kind of actually like organically turned into a bidding war with a bunch of different labels. We had a lot of options, but Nuclear Blast just seemed like the right home for us right now, and we're really happy with the way everything's going. I mean, it helps, I think, also that some of the people definitely from Roadrunner are going to Nuclear Blast or have gone there or might be going there. So we'll be working with some people who've worked with Hatebreed before, but a lot of people that work at Nuclear Blast are fans of ours and are really working hard to promote this record, and we're excited for January 25th.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We are actually talking about the record that you are releasing on the January 25th, and it's called?
The Divinity of Purpose. And it's our 6th studio album. We have one covers album as well, but we've been a band now for 15 years, and luckily music has been our purpose, and it's kind of, I think, almost been like a divine intervention in a way where it's helped our lives go in the right direction. And I think for a lot of people, music is like that, where it's a compass and we wanted to just spark a new thought with people, and make them think about the title and maybe open up the lyrics and maybe have them read, through and see what it's about. And the cover's a painting by Eleron Cantor, which is, there's a main character and there's almost like an angelic type of figure and then like a demonic type of figure, and maybe there's a struggle there. So it's like a piece of art. It's not a digital Photoshop thing. It's like a real painting.
Oh, cool.
So I really feel like this is like a nice record that's of value. Like I feel like it's definitely worth your however many Swedish
don't buy it on iTunes, because
well,
you won't
know what
get
I mean.
It's
worth the $10. Like,
yeah,
because if you buy the vinyl, it's like really owning like a nice piece of art. So we've never had a painting as a cover before, so we're psyched. He did a great job, and people are really, when we released the cover, people were really impressed with it. So that was cool.
Because you already released a single from the album, because the album is finished.
The album's finished. It's mixed. It's mastered. It's ready to go.
Where? By whom?
Was mixed by Josh Wilbur, who he did Lamb of God, Wrath, and he did Resolution, and mastered by Brad Blackwood. I'm not sure who he's mastered, but he's done like big records, like Mutt Lange produced records and stuff, I think. So it has a really big sound. Zeus co-produced it, who he worked on Hatebreed Self-Titled and Rise of Brutality and Supremacy. So he's almost like a sixth member or something. He's, shout out to Zeus if he sees this. That's my buddy. It came out great. We're really happy with it, and we're excited to come back, and hopefully we'll come here and
we'll
do
chat
like
again.
Main stage Metaltown, please, if we could.
Yes,
or
Metaltown. We should do Metaltown.
Yeah, we want to. We really.
Because you're going on a what you call a European tour, but you're not visiting Sweden, are you?
We had a lot of upset people when that came out. Yeah, we're working on it. It's just for some reason that tour didn't get routed through here, but we will. I promise we will.
Because you have a big, we actually do have a pretty big hardcore scene in Sweden.
Yeah, no, it would have been great if they could have routed it in. I don't know why it didn't happen, but you know, as soon as we figure out the rest of the summer festivals,
okay.
you know, we're trying.
Maybe we've
heard there's a possibility. Yeah, we've heard there's a possibility. But you know, the last time we did Metaltown was awesome. Everybody said, "Oh no, you're playing at the same time as In Flames," and we were like, "Oh man, it's gonna suck." Yeah. And then the tent was packed, and people came over and supported us. So it was cool that, you know, all our diehards gave us a great show, and that was like a really nice welcome back, considering. And then when we played with Machine Head, it was great too. We had fun. That was when was that? That was 2010.
You've been out touring since, right?
Yeah.
Been like touring for 2 years?
Yeah. Luckily last year we took some time off and kind of recharged. That kind of like set us up to get into the studio this year because we were able to sit home and write and, you know, recharge the batteries. And it just happened to work out that, you know, the record was pretty much written, and then when we got in the studio, everything went quickly. You know, everybody did a great job. It came out great. You know, everybody was super pro. Like their tracks were, you know, like Matt and Wayne and Chris and Josh and Zeus. Everybody did a great job, and just it was a good working environment.
Write the record from the beginning.
Well,
who does what?
I had a lot of riffs, and then Chris was like emailing me a lot of riffs and sending me bass lines and stuff. And he even had like, he programmed drums and stuff, which was cool, you know. So he had like fully stuff that was arranged, stuff that was just parts. So we did a lot of pre-production. We actually went in the studio and kind of demoed everything out beforehand. And so if he had a part that I really loved, or that if he had a part that I had lyrics that fit over, we would go in and I would add my parts and we would arrange it. And we didn't write it. We didn't like try to overthink it. We were pretty.
You were just.
Yeah, cut and dry, straightforward. Like, it don't fix what ain't broken. Like,
no,
just
of course not.
People want what they want. Keep the recipe.
Just do it harder.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Keep the Hatebreed recipe intact. No need for outside ingredients. Just keep it.
No. I was also gonna ask you, because a lot of people get you mixed up with the Nazi and racist scene.
Yeah, we had the whole thing with CNN, which was a major bum out.
I read about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately, you know, that was bad journalism.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's like our fans rallied around us, and they told, their lawyers actually told us that they never had a reaction like that from people like, what the fuck, you fucked up. So
I have clarify that CNN kind of bunched Hatebreed together with
bands
white
that don't even
power
and also
bands.
You know, it was a really bad mistake, because a lot of the bands that they had mentioned, I don't even think really play shows or have records or anything. It was like we're a Grammy nominated band with major label releases with a 15-year history. So if they could have just done one more Google search or whatever.
Google is your friend.
Yeah, and but it was just really bad journalism. But at least they made the apology, and
they withdraw it.
Yeah, and they
really fast.
Oh yeah, their lawyers were calling and they were apologizing, and it was a you know, I was in Serbia at the time when I heard about it, so I wasn't really like online. But once I got to my phone and I turned it on, it was crazy, and you know. At least they apologized, and you know, we moved on from it. And our fans blasting them on Twitter and Facebook. It was great to see everybody coming together. I mean, fans from all over the world, you know, saying like, this is a band. This is a band that's important to us, and their message is positive. You know, and they're trying to. It was great because I was reading some of the stuff, and you know, a lot of people were like, this band is bringing people together, not tearing people down. And I thought that was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was getting called to appear on, you know, major radio shows and stuff to talk about it, but I was in Serbia, and then I was in the Czech Republic, and I just said, look, it's a mistake. I don't want to make a big deal out of it. And you know, people are free to think what they want. I'm not trying to say like, you know, I'm not trying to say who can come or not come to the show. As long as you leave your agenda at the door, you don't include us with that stuff. You know, we're bringing people together. You know, I'm not. you know, I don't know what you've been through or what's going through your mind, but I don't sympathize, and I don't want to have it, you know, affect the concert in a negative way or affect what we're trying to do, especially not our legacy, which we've worked very hard to be a positive band, you know, and like the fans said, bring people together, not tear people down. I don't need to tear anybody down to build myself up, you know, and that's what the song, The Language, says. It's another positive song. I mean, if they Googled the lyrics and saw the lyrics to like Burn the Lies, which Burn the Lies is like, you know, it's an anti-racist song. It says, burn the lies, they're words of ignorance, shove them back. You know, it's like, how, you know, Hollow Ground is another song. It says, unlearn the prejudice, unlearn the lies. It's like, if they just Googled the lyrics, they would have saw, you know, but whatever.
Excellent. How do you keep a relationship going when you're touring for like 2 years?
Skype. Skype helps. A lot of Skype. You know, we just started touring in shorter periods of time. That's been great. Like this Lamb of God in Flames tour we just did, it was like 3 weeks. That's like the perfect time. And then the tour before that was 4 weeks, but we had a couple of days off in there that I flew home on one or two of the days off. That's good. That's what I want to do. I don't want to go and do these 10-week, 12-week. I did a tour with my other band, Kingdom of Sorrow, with Gwar. I think it was an 11-week tour, and I can't do that anymore.
No,
it's... I don't know how Gwar does it. I got to give Gwar the ultimate respect. I was in Gwar for a couple shows, and I was Bone Snapper, and you know that you put on this gear, and you got to memorize all these wrestling moves, and you got to rip the tits off Hillary Clinton and shoot blood, and you have to remember all this stuff, and you got to wear a cup and guard your shit because there's hoses whipping around. You could lose a finger, you could lose a nut. I mean, it's Gwar is no joke, man. I got to give them respect. I was like destroyed. After 2 or 3 shows, I forget, but I was destroyed. I was like, how do these guys do this every night? You know, like, and then you're covered in this blood and you can't get it off. It's like, you know, stage blood, and you're pink. You rub it, and then you rub it so hard to get it off that you can't get it off, and then you're pink. You know, and it's, yeah. So that's, being in Gwar must be hard for a relationship. To get back to the question, we went on a very large tangent.
The men come home pink.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
That is the
great.
problem.
They're so great. Like, I hope they come to Sweden. They've never been, right? They've never been here.
I don't think so, actually.
Yeah, they need to go to Europe more.
You need to go to Sweden. You have to come to talk to me to come to Sweden.
Yeah.
I have to ask you, have you met Glenn Antonio? The bear?
Glenn Antonio was first revealed to the world on my Instagram. I revealed Glenn Antonio. I heard he's going for big money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard he's like up to $600 or more.
$600. Didn't they?
They paid I think 400, so they're already making a profit. I was on the bus. It was probably, I don't know, it was like 2 a.m. or whatever, and we have a slide out so that it's like, it makes it like a big room. And I'm watching TV, and I hear Willie Adler outside the bus, and I'm like, don't let him on. I like, don't tell him I'm not here. But he saw me. So he saw me like through the curtain. He's like, and I see this fur, and I'm like, oh God, what is he doing? And it's a real stuffed bear. It's a taxidermied bear with the base on there, and it's dirty and it smells. And they brought it up on the bus with Daniel and who else? I think it was, yeah, like a bunch of the In Flames guys, and then they kept it on their bus, like the whole tour. So yeah, wow, Glenn Antonio,
Glenn Antonio.
That's such a good name for a stuffed bear. Why Glenn Antonio? Why?
Glenn is actually a very common Swedish name.
Okay.
We have a saying that In Flames is from Göteborg.
Okay.
And we have a saying that everybody is named Glenn in Göteborg.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we heckle them a bit.
All right.
So everybody's named Glenn in Göteborg. So I guess they just made a double name out of it.
Yeah, they made him out of a stage
Glenn Antonio.
Name.
Yeah.
Such a sexy name.
Oh, it's very hot, especially for
Glenn
Swedish
Antonio.
people.
That's great. They're great. I love those guys.